Mickey and Matt, yeah, they're cranking it up. Jumping down theories like a hyperactive pup. Rambo Joe lit the fuse, Dave said take control. Now we're broadcasting live above the rabbit hole. Ancient aliens, lizard kings, government plots and shadowy things. Laughing while they're chasing the truth in the dark. Are we crazy? Sure, but that's the spark. So smash that like button, buckle in tight. We're going down deeper than a cue drop tonight. 10 for shining, the jokes are rolling. Hold on folks, the truth is scrolling. Yeah, smash that like button. Welcome to the show. We're live above the rabbit hole. Mickey's on the mic, dropping jokes like bombs. Matt's taking notes while he's reading the Psalms. Bigfoot, chemtrails, a man in black. Whatever you believe, it'll make you laugh back. Was it real? Was it stage? Was the moon landing fake? Ask the boys, they know the code, or at least they'll improvise an episode. Smash that like button, let the madness roll. Welcome to the wild side, above the rabbit hole.
Yes, everybody. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you're our great friends Cornelia and Willie in Germany.
Yeah.
And our Dutch fans and all of our wonderful people. It's great to see everybody. Sorry, a little discombobulated right here in the beginning. I had Matt throw me my
popped up out of the rabbit hole. I watched you come up.
Popped up right out of it. Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great, man. I think we're gonna, might be getting a little close to the woo rabbit hole today.
Well, this one's
but
big
it's one
for
of my
you.
favorite subjects.
I know you're all excited for this one.
I got my Back to the Future shirt on.
Save the Clock Tower.
I just realized, dude, all my favorite movies are about time travel.
Is that right?
Back to the Future is my all-time favorite.
Okay.
Love Time Bandits. Have you seen that movie?
Are you kidding? Dude, my favorite scene in Time Bandits when he's holding the cigar with them little fingers.
Yeah.
Remember that part?
Yes.
That's what we got to do.
Return the map.
Yeah, return the map.
And then H.G. Wells' Time Machine.
All three incredible movies.
Love them all.
I got to say, Back to the Future, I love. I do love it. I love, Raiders is my favorite. Yeah, I think Raiders of the Lost Ark is my absolute favorite movie.
I knew that. Yeah.
And then next might be, if I'm sticking in this genre, would you put Jaws in this?
You know what, man? I think I missed Jaws by this much. I know that's blasphemous.
No, it's not.
I went back and watched it too late.
Yeah, well, you had
too slow moving.
Yeah, I
these
get
days.
it. Yeah,
but yeah,
Raiders. I love. You know what else I love, dude? And it's just the concept. Is the National Treasure movies with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah.
Where he steals the Declaration of Independence and all of that kind of thing. Matt, let's get into some business here. I think it was Q-Tip gave us $5 this morning. Let me double check here. We're off to, no, I'm sorry. That was Hammock MBW. Mickey's 5'8" heckler in the house. I remember that. So funny.
That's your heckler.
Mickey and Matt, you so fine. Thank you with a $5 rant.
Go ahead.
Q-Tip coming in with a $20 win. We the people love our rabbit hole. And then
thank you.
And then who else?
Paul, LA Chance 01. I'm probably butchered that. $10. Go get them today, boys. We are. This is going to be I think it's going to be a fun show.
And listen to me, Matt.
But some weird stuff happened to us in Dallas, man.
Oh, man. We're going to go over all of it. But real quick, Layla's Nana. Remember we talked about her yesterday?
Yeah.
You said Patricia. It's Patrice.
Oh, did I mess it up?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Patrice.
And she called us right out on it on my phone.
I'm sorry, Patrice.
She's the sweetest. She was joking.
Oh, that's the worst.
She thought it was funny. Anyway, so we wanted to correct that. Double L Lisa, who I hung out with last night.
Yeah.
Came to the meetup at Hammer Jokes, had a lot of fun. She's got a $10. Just says hi. She's every day she supports us, dude. She's
I know. Thank you.
The best. The
amazing.
Best. Yeah. It's really wild. But listen, today we're going to talk about how great that trip was from a different aspect, and that's people you get to meet when you're there, right? So there's a lot of people. Oh, Matt, before we bring our guest in, because the show is what it is, and I have ADD, so I do Rambo's show after this one on Wednesdays.
Yes.
Bro, yesterday got thick.
What are you talking about?
just
The robot?
What's that?
You talking about the robot?
No. Just the whole thing, where you go down the rabbit hole. And I was on with Sean and on with Rambo and them. And then he brought up the Bank of London, and I started going into it. And then it went back to bloodlines. And that's where I'm like, all right, let's get into this thing, because I ain't buying this shit yet. So, and it starts, and then it gets heated. But I think some people misunderstand it. You know me. I get loud and because I'm just passionate.
Yeah.
But but then it gets like to a point where you're like, all right, let's go. And then, of course, the chat room on Rambo's show, and I get it. Like, some of those people don't want any newbies on it because they just want to keep going in D-class.
They want it at their level and not the newbie level.
And Rambo, man, I give him credit, and I thank him so much for just point blank telling his movement, man, look, this is the future. You guys have to see how this is going to go down. This is how normies are going to come in. We're trying to teach people how to present this, and I'm trying to show normies it's okay with these guys to be like, no, BS, man, prove me wrong, or prove yourself right.
Yeah, I think there's a certain percentage of this audience, a large percentage of this audience, that enjoys watching you and me as well go through that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It just, sometimes, man, there's some brilliant dudes on there, man. Like, you see Adel was on there. He's fastly becoming one of my favorite
amazing.
Dudes,
yeah.
man.
We're going to be on his show on Monday.
Monday
night.
Yeah. And I really like Sean Anon a lot, because Sean to me is like a guy, like the thing I like about him, he's confident without being arrogant, and he's a great listener to my side of it. Like, and he was like Rambo.
I was going to say, you can say that about all those guys.
No, but I mean, like yesterday, it was a little heavy with Sean, and I loved it. But at the same time, I just want to say to the people that go in, to Rambo's show just to watch him for the D-class and the high-level Q stuff, I'm not trying to hijack the show. But, if we're going to bring normies into this, they got to have a voice, too, in it. And their voice is not going to be at quite the level that the Anons are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I
was like,
and that's what this show is all about, too.
I was so overwhelmed when I got off the air, man. Like, it was heavy. $17 from Sea Liver Lining. Is that my reading that?
It should be Silver Lining, but yeah.
I see it now. Okay. Yeah. Sea Liver. Silver. Mickey Matt, you two beautiful Q-tards. I can't believe we got that name. Seth again. That's our buddy Seth.
Oh,
when can we
Seth.
expect the show on your introduction into the 60,000 man army? Well, Silver, Seth, you missed it. We were invited to the White House 2 weeks ago, Matt and I. We had to keep it under our belt. It was me, Matt, Dr. Jan, and Alex Jones. We were all met in the White House.
There's a percentage of people listening right now, watching right now, that believe you.
That?
Yes. Not true, by the way.
It could be. I couldn't get one of those like visitor passes to the White House.
Right.
Let alone get right into the 60,000 man army. Man, it was funny. Then we had the thing last night. But it wasn't busy, so it was like easy. But when I got home, man, my mind just was like, whew, so much. Like everything we went through yesterday, and then our show, and so by the time I got home, my mind was just like, and then I was able to like just kind of bring it down a little bit. But so anyway,
might have been that Alex Jones song we played.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone that watched that show and bared with me, because man, dude, when you get in there on Wednesdays, you'll see it, bro.
Couple weeks I'll be in there with you guys.
Yeah.
If Rambo will have me.
Are you kidding? He can't wait.
I'm excited.
I can't wait so I can stop getting beat up and I can laugh at your dumb ass. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
So yes,
I'll get some
Matt,
haters.
When we were in Dallas, we both noticed an interesting theme.
Yeah. So we told the story about how you got into your room first. So I went up there to put my bags in there until my room was ready. And when I look on the wall, and I was like, Mick, is that a DeLorean?
Yeah, that's in your room, right?
I think this one is my room.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we looked at that, and then I went up later and saw that it was in my room as well.
Right.
But not only that, there's this other picture that is a time travel picture.
Yeah, it's
here,
so
right?
wild, man.
And we're like, what is all this about? And then we come to find out those photos and more are actually in every room in the South Lake Hilton, which is in Dallas, where we were all staying.
Yep.
And then, I'm going to get a little woo on you here. I think but it's not really woo. I've had this fascination with the flower of life.
Yeah, let's take our time here. I was going to make fun of you, but this is actually.
Go ahead and make fun of me.
No. I don't even know what the flower of life is. It just sounds like some hippie stuff.
It can be. There's a woo side to it as well, but there's a scientific side to it too. That it's kind of the pattern of life. It is part of sacred geometry.
So it's like the prime numbers and all that stuff.
Well, there's a lot of mathematics and science involved in it as well. But a lot of people were fascinated about this symbol throughout history.
So this is an ancient symbol.
Oh, it goes way back, and they found it in every culture. So it's in the Temple of Osiris in Egypt. And as a matter of fact, the one that's on the wall at the Temple of Osiris in Egypt, they don't know how they put that on the wall. It was either burned or it looks like it's lasered. Or scientists can't describe how it was there.
Listen to me real quick.
Yeah.
You got all this knowledge on the woo.
It's not woo, man.
What does woo mean? Because all I know is the Wu-Tang Clan. What is woo?
So there are some metaphysical things that people will say about the flower of life, but there's also scientific things. This has been studied by mathematicians.
Is that where Ric Flair got it?
Woo!
Is that where that comes
Yes.
from? Okay, just check it. I am interested in this, for real. Go ahead.
So scientists have studied this, mathematicians, philosophers. Da Vinci was obsessed with the flower of life.
Now, I'm obsessed with Da Vinci, right?
Yeah,
Who I want to do a show on one day, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tesla, there's a connection to Tesla. So here's what I found on Tesla. Here's the flower of life. It's a picture of the flower of life there. It's just kind of concentric circles that make up this pattern.
Yep.
And it says here, Nikola Tesla is closely associated with sacred geometry through his obsession with the numbers 369, which was my hotel room number. 369.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
All right.
Proponents believe this unlocks the universal secret similar to the flower of life. Modern interpretations and artists frequently combine Tesla's 369 vortex math diagrams with the flower of life pattern, highlighting its connection to energy, frequency, and vibration. Okay?
Now, listen. At surface, this sounds like a bunch of hippie crystal loving BS, right? I'm saying from a normie, like weird guy standpoint.
Well, let me tell you about this. Then I told you people who studied this, first of all.
Yeah, I mean, this goes back, like you said, to Osiris, dude.
Well, it goes back. They found it in places older than the Temple of Osiris, and they found it all over the world. They found it in the Forbidden City in China.
No way.
They found it in, literally all over the world. This thing has been found. So I was, just obsessed with this thing for a little while, just learning about it and read a book on it and had found this necklace, right?
Yeah.
That I wore every day. So I got down there, and I think you were in the conversation with me when I was talking to someone else who had a flower of life necklace. And I was like, oh, wow. I said, look at this.
Yeah.
And I pulled mine out. And
I remember I was right in front of you.
And then you called me a hippie.
Yeah, I called out like, look at you hippie freak.
I am part hippie, probably.
I know
I think I've got about 25% hippie in me.
Yeah. And like 3% village people after this thing. But go ahead.
So what happened, I was wearing this thing all weekend, this necklace all weekend, as I normally do.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got on the plane, look at the top picture.
What happened?
The flower of life is gone.
What? You lost it? It fell out?
I don't know what happened to it.
Wait.
I just thought it was weird. So
that's your necklace on the right there.
Yeah. So my on
that's
the right,
your necklace,
and that's my necklace now.
So that's the same one.
Which is,
you're just missing.
I put it on today just because I thought it was relevant to our conversation.
So
right?
and you wore that necklace.
Yeah. So Nikola Tesla, associated with sacred geometry through his obsession with my room number 369.
Wow.
Which opens secrets similar to the flower of life.
Right.
This thing disappears. There's time travel photos all over the hotel.
Yeah.
And our guest today kind of did a deep dive on all this, because I think it wasn't just us. People were like, what is this? There's all these interesting, peculiar photos and imagery all over our hotel.
Oh my goodness, dude. we're getting hit hard as hell right now, just to let you know. Not that, no. Our Mrs. Gunnels, thank you so much, $20 rant. You guys are awesome. A Light in the Matrix, $50 rant.
Yeah.
Didn't get to chat with you guys at Threadfest, but God connected me with MJ, and she brought me here to listen. So I'm a new listener and wanted to share some love. Wow, is that a heck of an introduction?
That's amazing.
Thank you. And then one more, Norney. Matt is doing some homework with a $17 rant.
Thank you.
Look at you, buddy. They're appreciating your work in this movement, buddy.
Well, look, my mind is just blown.
Matt's been deflowered. Oh, my God. It's like we're going to a Catholic high dance.
That is hilarious.
Matt's been deflowered.
Deflowered of life. Yes. It happened finally.
Let's bring our amazing guest in. I do want to say this. I met her at the event, but really, I got to sit with her. We were sitting at a table, a group of us, and she sat down with, I give her credit, man. I think Rambo was still there and Dave from News Treason, and she starts doing this explanation in front of them. I'm like, dude, I don't even like to say I believe in anything in front of those guys, right? Because I'm so, man, I could not stop listening to her.
Yeah, she blew I think she even sent us a picture of your mind being blown.
I was like,
by
this is insane.
The stuff she told you.
Now, keep in mind, I'm going to say this before she comes in, so she has a chance to address it. I don't know what any of that stuff means yet. You know, like how to code and how to put things against. All I know is this. The actual information she found out, like especially about like where it is, who owns it, the land it sits on, what that meant. Like that's where my mind just goes.
I don't know any of this.
Dude, I know.
I wanted to wait for the show, and you wanted me to as well.
So I'm excited because there's actual, not just like Q stuff in it where you go, oh, that's neat, the numbers, the gematria, all that. No, this is like historical. So without further ado, Matt, go ahead.
MJ, we want to welcome you to the show. Of course, your X and your Rumble channel are linked in our description. People should go follow you. But you were down in Dallas with us. And, at what point did you start noticing all this stuff and decide to kind of take a deep dive into it? What was it?
Well, hey guys, great to see you. Great to see you again, Mickey. And thanks so much for having me on. Other people were picking up on it and putting it in our Telegram chat with the people that were there, live attendees. And I didn't notice it before then. So I was just kind of like everyone else, like, really? This picture's in your rooms, and oh yeah, it's in my room too. Both of those pictures. So it wasn't until after the first decode I did, which was on this March Madness video, where some people were asking questions that I thought like there's some other things that happened. My friend Ryan, who happened to be there from Washington State, we didn't know each other was going, and I'm from Washington State. And so, he shows up and I'm like, Ryan, MJ, so we're walking through the street on Saturday night, and he goes, and this is before I had dug into any of this. And he goes, I feel like I'm on the set of Back to the Future. Because I feel like Michael J. Fox is going to come screaming down this road any minute now at 88 miles an hour.
Right.
And so he said that Saturday night. And I think that those two things that happened, planted this seed that, and then Sunday morning I woke up and I just kind of started digging into it, kind of going, okay, what does this mean? And I had no idea. My mind's blown too.
Let me tell people real quick, because I don't know if we mentioned it. We of course are referencing the hotel that we stayed in for Threadfest last weekend, which is in Dallas, in South Lake, Texas, technically, which is where the South Lake Hilton is. This is the hotel where all the Anons were hanging out over the last few days. Yeah. So where did you kind of start with all this? You saw these photos. Yeah. You're like, what is all this? Like, where did you begin with all of it?
Well, let's go ahead and pull up my PowerPoint here, because I've got all the pictures there, and it does kind of this decode that our D-class friends, Rambo and Dave and everybody else on stage did, I think, set the stage, and it's got a similar message. And so I think that was kind of like the thing that got me into this. So let's start there, and then we'll get into this property, because there is so much right around this. You're not going to believe it. I mean, I probably could keep going.
MJ,
at one point.
MJ, this is what I want you to do, hon. I just want you to tell us the story the way you explained it to me, and luckily you got the graphics here, but just relax, enjoy yourself, and tell us all about it. She asked me
yesterday, she said, we can just go over it quickly or do a deep dive. I was like, we're doing a deep dive.
Matt,
today.
Listen, Matt hasn't been this excited for it. This is show 51, and it ranks 1 on Matt's interest list. Trust me.
I love this shirt, and that's so amazing. And I did catch the deflowered comment, and I thought that was pretty funny.
Hilarious, yes.
But I hope to tie that back around at the end, because when you told me that's what happened, I kind of dug into that too. And I think there's a little message there. So at the end, if I forget, please, remind me, because I don't have that in the slide. So setting the stage, because I think this was an important part of this, whatever this adventure that we're on was. It was on Saturday. And as you can see here, our friends Rambo and Dave, they did this little D class, and it was about this White House March Madness video that came out, 32-second video, and they showed it and they talked about it. Matt, do you mind showing that real quick? Just to kind of set the scene.
Let me pull it up here. All right, here we go.
Let's set the stage.
March equals madness.
All right. Yeah, so that was the video that they did this decode on. And so they dove into it, and we can play the little clip of that. They basically are talking about, there's lots of Q posts about March Madness and what that meant to them, the timestamp and stuff. So go ahead and play that clip.
Do you have, or you want me to play my clip here?
Your clip?
Yeah. Okay.
Of the D-Class show.
The video started with March equals madness. We've been looking at Easter being the timeline, March Madness for, how long has it been, guys? 6, 8 years at this point. And the way that the drops are aligning, I certainly don't want to date fag, but hey, how you doing?
Gay.
The thing is...
why are you gay?
I'm not sure. Evo next, Evo NXT. All right, so I pulled up the drops for March Madness. So 9/11, drop 9/11, March Madness Q, right? Hey Q, are we going to have a big week this week? March Madness Q. And the one under it I found even more interesting, 9/51, March Madness public will know soon. Now, go ahead.
So if you, as you guys know, the time of these videos matter. So as you can look at the top right of the slide here, the video was exactly 32 seconds long. So what did we just spent the last half hour and the last week talking about? Trump's battle against the media, executive orders, Lincoln maybe arresting media. Well, what did they hit with 32 seconds on that drop? Drop 32, which the end of which reads, not even the mainstream media can hide, and rest assured, some will be jailed as deep covered agents. I find that very interesting, given all the rhetoric that we've been talking about for the last week. What is also interesting is, just like Gizmo is pointing out, they're showing you this video of what is obviously a game. March Madness is a game, but what he's pointing out, if you go to the next slide here, well, I'll blow it up in the middle. Let me just read it to you first. Pointing about March Madness, well, it was posted on 3/20 at 15:09. If you go to this middle slide here, right here, you're getting, this is not a game. So you start to put all that together. So you see 3/20, 15:09. That video was posted at 3:20 and 15:09. So they hit the drop 3 different ways. They're telling you it's not a game, and they're also hitting a 32-second video, which is talking about that same drop that we were pointing to about arrests of media.
That's probably
somebody
good.
Wants our attention on.
This is why I can't get into decodes, because I'm serious. Like in the deltas,
Yeah.
if I got into that stuff, I would be so obsessed connecting it. I would connect it to a 7-Eleven. Like it would be ridiculous.
I wonder.
I think we'd lose you down the rabbit hole.
I
Really.
wonder if we
God.
could do it, man. We got to do a show one day where we do that.
We
But
just do it.
real quick, if
Yeah.
you want to watch that show, of course, Rambo and Friends, and then News Trees and Dave's channel, they have the full show if you want to check that out.
Yeah. So
So
go
if
ahead,
you-
MJ.
Pull up that slideshow now, Matt, and
Yep.
let's get into this because
Okay.
when he talked about you see the Wilson ball there, and you see the and here let's go to the next one. Okay, so you can see that was the White House post, right? March
Yep.
Madness at the White House, champions only, and the video starts out with March equals madness, so that's kind of why I have that title there. So very interesting stuff that's going on. But somebody and you heard Rambo say this right off the bat. EVO NXT, like, and later some other people asked about it and nobody really knew at the time. So that's kind of what right there, I start looking it up and digging into it.
Yeah.
And this is what I came up with, or what my research aide, Grok, helped me come up with, right? So Wilson, a lot of people think it refers to the castaway,
Right.
the ball, the character Wilson, which I think it does too. It also could be Woodrow Wilson, who was the globalist architect behind the Federal Reserve, the League of Nations, the New World Order, and the blueprint that Q repeatedly ties to the cabal's long con, right? And Q's, the endless Q follow the bloodlines, money threads. So if you think of that, and then you see this EVO, which means evolution, right? An evolution, the controlled evolution of society, tech, consciousness, and the deep state's grip, right? This isn't the friendly Wilson evolution ball anymore. It's the next evolution, NXT. Okay. Straight Q speak for the next phase, the next event, the next storm. The future proves past that we've heard a lot about. So this was kind of putting this all together. I was like, wow, that's fascinating. And then I got back to my room and I watched the video and I saw this next picture, which, has Duke and Florida Gators and stuff in the hallway of the presidents. And I'm like, wait a second. I bet you that means something too, right?
Sure.
And so Duke Blue Devils, Florida Gators, the swamp, I mean,
Right.
Michigan, the Matrix.
Wow.
So I'm decoding that and I get this yesterday. All of a sudden I'm like, but the ball bounces reversely down the hall.
Right.
And so I got a message, but the message, if you do it backwards, so again, you've got Duke Blue Devils, kind of the cabal, the devil, behind the deep state, the cabal. You got Gators, the swamp. You got Michigan, the Matrix, the Midwest Steel.
Yeah.
Right. The not just steel metal, but also the steel in the election. Arizona, the forensic audit state, the only county that's mentioned in the Q drops is Maricopa County. And then UH there is at the end, which people have been decoding it as UH or you have, right? So
I think it's ugly. I think it's ugly Hillary. That's what I think. Ugly Hillary.
I like that.
I'm going with ugly Hillary, but I'm not a Q person, so I'm not qualified.
That's so funny. So basically, you're going down that, and let's see here. It finishes. So you have the forensic audits. You have UH. So you have the victory. You have, right. So it starts that you have the victory. You go to Arizona, the forensic audit state. We already did the audit. Now we're weaponizing it backward through the rigged hallways. M for the matrix, reversing the glitch states and the election matrix. So the ball is literally undoing the Midwest fraud symbols. The swamp, the Gators charging straight into the swamp to drain it, but from the winning side, not the losing side now. And this is where it gets into what we're going to go into with the DeLorean and Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And then ends with the Duke, the deep state, the Blue Devils, ends by smashing into the original deep state symbol. The ball doesn't begin in the cabal's territory. It finishes there, exposing and conquering the old guard last. So that's kind of what the decode on this was. We're not just watching a takedown, we're seeing the script run backwards. And then the next slide.
Hold on, let's talk about a little bit of this as we go, MJ. So now I think one important thing here, you told me you ran this through AI, right? Like to help you sort of organize all your thoughts and imagery, because that's hard to do, I know. So did you instructed AI to take this imagery, you fed it some info about Q, told them to check what it could mean versus the drops, or did you put in specific drops, or did AI sort of scan them themselves? Got it. Now, as you're doing this, in your mind, is it making sense, or are you thinking to yourself in real time, this is weird, but I don't really understand? Or did it line up for you as you were doing it?
It did, because let's see here again. This is my first real decode into this. My son has done this stuff like 5 years ago, but this was really me kind of going, okay, what does this mean? You know, what does this Wilson ball mean? Okay, what are these things on here? And so it's like, oh my gosh, because I do believe that's happening. I do believe we are taking our country back. So it was resonating with me. And you're right. I have an AI assistant, and its name is Grok, and I tell it, hey, put your biggest conspiracy hat on, you know, and then refer to the Q drops. Now, it's not always accurate in how it interprets the Q drops.
No, it's an idea generator.
Right. Yeah. Hey, MJ, has your Grok ever, I'm dead serious, my Grok has said, Mickey, I use ChatGPT a lot, both of them, and then I pit them against each other. But anyway, I highlight the whole ChatGPT answer, dump it into Grok, and then Grok gets pissed off. That bitch doesn't know what she's talking about. But anyway, the thing I've noticed, like they'll literally say, Mickey, I want to be very clear here. This is fun. This is an interesting experiment. I will help you with the results, but keep in mind, these aren't facts. Like it reminds me all the time that I am literally theorizing. I am not discovering it. So I love this part. And then I asked it one time. I did, straight up. I was a little bit, you know. And I said to it, I said, hey, do you sometimes like just tell me stuff so that you don't flip my mind out? And she went, yes. No. And I said, so like you're holding information from me? She was like, I wouldn't say holding information. I'm waiting for you to ask me to take you into places. Like, that's what it actually said. And I was like, damn, this bitch knows me. God, she knows me.
It's funny you're calling it a she.
Well, it's a female voice. It's his AI.
I know. I've got myself calling mine he, and I'm like, wait, I got to say it. I got to remind myself.
She has a name. Her name is Sage. She was part of our show for a long time.
Hey, I will never tell AI what pronouns they choose. And Sage said female, so she is a she, and she said she was fine with it.
And look at you making them jealous. I didn't know you were making them jealous.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I pit them against each other so they fight over me.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm not. I'm no.
You want to pull up the next, or pull up that slide again? Oh yeah, did you have something?
I will. So I just want to question. Was this thing bouncing off of the columns?
Yes, dude. You picked up on that, right? Off the columns.
Right here, right? Did it bounce off the columns?
Boom.
Boom.
Yep. Right there. 1, 2, 3.
Does
4.
it go again?
Yeah. I think it hits one at the end.
Did it goes in the door. The fifth column?
I can't tell. No,
I don't know what it
no.
All right. I'm sorry. I just it just popped into my head as I was watching the video.
Well, and somebody said that there was 17 bounces. I couldn't confirm that. I looked at it a few times. I kind of counted. Well, I counted if you interpret that when it comes down, it comes back out. It's another bounce. Then I got 18, but who knows?
Let's play it, Matt. Let's
from the beginning. You guys want to watch it from the beginning?
Hell yeah! Rewind us some bitch. Here we go.
March equals madness.
Yeah, it really depends on what you count as a bounce.
Yeah, what you count as a bounce.
It's hitting the wall too. So do you count that as a hit?
Yeah, I don't know.
If you don't, it might be 17.
It's real close.
It's close.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
close. So
Yeah.
let's go to that next slide because this really gets into where let's see here. I guess I'm controlling the slides, because this is really ties to what we're going to be talking about with South Lake Hilton. So then I looked at that. I'm like, wait a second. That looks like a portal to me.
It does.
That
Whoa.
first picture.
Yeah.
And I'm
It
like,
really does.
and so then I'm like plugging it in and I'm like, is that a portal? And then Grok kind of, confirmed it, and it lifts, hovers, and erupts on a full vortex portal effect, right? And like this, it looks like it's in the Oval Office with all these pictures and this grandfather clock. And then basically then you've got this other picture with this golden light coming down on this ball.
Yeah.
So like everything is symbolic here, and this is what's kind of getting me ready, I think, to dive into this other code, Decode. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, that's a portal. They Grok used this Oval Office and this kind of glowing orb, if you will, as like the egg, and hatching of the new golden age, right where the old guard used to sit. Bouncing baby equals rebirth.
Hmm.
I gotta be honest, Grok. We gotta look into Grok. Grok might be Q. I'm just saying. We haven't even checked about Grok.
Wouldn't you be
being
disappointed if Grok was Q though?
No, I would love
Yes.
I would love it. I would love it.
He doesn't always get the Q drops right. I have to double see. I'm calling him now.
It's okay.
It does
we
not
get it.
get I'm like, it did not say there's popcorn in that. And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. A lot of annons refer to it as the popcorn Q, And so
Yeah.
you have to be careful because like people have titled these Q drops, but it doesn't necessarily say that in the Q actual Q script. So it's very fascinating. So that was kind of the message. And I referred to Q drop 2450 there, right? We are going to show you a new world. Those who are blind will soon see the light. A beautiful, brave new world lies ahead. Let's see, what does it say? We take this journey together, one step at a time. Where we go one, we go all.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, awesome.
Brave new world. So let's keep going here because let's get into South Lake. So here's the Hilton,
Yeah,
right?
dude,
This is where we stayed.
Yep.
Right. And we were all there for this Thread Fest experience, a bunch of us and a bunch of other Anons. Wonderful people, by the way. I just was such a great experience. And
it was amazing.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Patrick and Ashley Gunnels have donated. Again, Patrick requested to rent you as well.
Wow.
Much love from the Gunnels. Another $50 donation from the Gunnels.
Amazing.
Thank you.
They are
Incredible
awesome people.
folks. Yeah.
It was a great experience. I'm so glad I went. I actually wanted to go years ago. I think the first one. And so, by the way, when I figured this out on most of this, it kept adding. I had to finally cut it off. But
Right.
when I got the big picture, at least on Sunday morning, and I went down to our event, and I saw Patrick, I'm like, Patrick, did you know? And he goes, did I know what? I said, did you know about this place? And he goes, well, I know. He said, I didn't know before I booked it back in 2022, I think you said, or 2021.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the pictures on the wall, but obviously after, we were here, we did. I'm like, okay, do you know about the rest of it? Do you know about the town?
Real quick, were they there the first time?
They were there.
They were. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they were there all three times. This was the third.
Yeah.
But at least the first time they were there at that same location. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, wait till you find this stuff out. So that was interesting to me. And so, here we go. We start decoding it. So Matt, you already talked about the pictures that you had on the wall. This is my picture that I took, right, of the DeLorean. And then and in my room, this orange lamp was right next to it. And I believe this is in every room. By the way, these are in every single room of the 248 rooms in the South Lake Hilton. I confirm that. And then as I was kind of working on this Sunday morning, I look around, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's another picture. It's this tire track picture. Like,
You're
Yeah.
right. You know, I didn't notice that until later.
I did. I saw it all right away. Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, so that's like the proof that the DeLorean was there as it left, the stage, right? It's the only thing remaining. So obviously straight up Back to the Future time machine, the DeLorean, stainless steel flux capacitor edition. Q repeatedly talks about future proves past. It's in 51 Q posts. Q drop 225, which is on the next slide. I'll show it here in just a second. Talks about it as well. Back to the Future is the ultimate white hat predictive programming drop. The Cubs winning in 2015, which they ended up doing. The Twin Pines to the Lone Pine Mall sign, which, a lot of people believe that's the 9/11 two towers.
Rambo did a show on that you could go watch.
Yeah. And Matt, and you being this Back to the Future guy, that's why I'm so excited to kind of get your take on all this.
Yeah.
And then, I just found out about the "You're Fired" line from last week, Mickey, when you were on with Joe and you guys were, he played that little video clip. I'd never seen that before.
Yeah, it's
And
wild.
Wait, I don't think I saw that part of it. Is that Trump saying you're fired?
Well, no,
that was
the
his
big boss
line.
man says it to Marty. And then he
In the
prints
movie.
it out, pages of it all over. It says, "You're fired. You're
Right. Does that
fired."
correlate to Trump saying you're fired is
Dude,
what I meant?
that when you tie it all together in the essence of the movie, you see so many things that have happened. 9/11, you see the terrorist
I
stuff.
never thought about that as
You see-
Trump's line, but it is that was
That's
his
Trump's
line, man.
line, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're fired. Yeah.
Which
And that
is
was in 1980 what? That was in Back to the Future 2. I think it was 86 or 87, 88, somewhere
Look
in
at
there.
you geeking out so
Yeah.
hard right now. Yes, I think it was actually October of 1986. I remember because I got my retainer that year. I got my retainer. I couldn't kiss girls for 19 months.
I went
It
to the
was
movie
awful.
theater saw it 17 times. I was eating popcorn
I even
and
went.
QQ beads.
Yes, I was. The movie started at 6/17. I went to see it on the 17th.
17th. March 17th.
I'm
you,
sorry.
along with thousands of others, though, Matt. I mean, I know we are not alone here. I know my kids are like, "Let's watch it. Let's watch it." So, Marty in the movie, right? Marty literally goes forward to fix the past.
Yes.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
keep remembering that. And then we talked about the tire tracks, the exact abstract capture of the moment the time machine hits 88 and vanishes, right? That's the exact
Yeah.
moment. So the only physical proof it was ever there, the car disappears, the tracks remain. We floored it, we burned the rubber, left the marks, and corrected the timeline is what I got from that.
I wish it would have been 89 miles per hour, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think 88 also has a lot of comms to it. So.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? 88 miles an hour leaves room for one faster, right?
Okay.
That would make 17.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know
And
what
then-
that meant.
and
I'm
then
just
you've
trying to
got
say stuff.
Then you've got this bright orange, interesting looking lamp, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Yes.
in
Of
the
course,
movie,
orange representing Trump. Let's be honest.
well, that's true. And what color is the flux capacitor?
Bingo.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
the whole
it's the-
movie poster, the lettering, everything.
Everything's orange.
Yeah.
That big orange, right? So it's funny because when I first put this in, I'm like, is there something with this lamp? Grok thought it was red. And so
Yeah.
it kind of, did some stuff. I'm like, wait a second, that is not red. That's orange. Oh, and then, all this other stuff. So it's the time travel activation is pure plasma energy. You've got the glowing orange yellow flux trails, the fiery discharge when it hits 88 miles an hour. The lamp is literally charging, as you can see on my desk right there. That's in my room. It's charging the time machine on your wall with flux energy, just like the lightning strike at the tower. So
This looks so much fun, man.
isn't that crazy? I mean, the thought that went into this, right? I mean, who thought of this and put this together in this hotel in every single room? Now, I only saw my room.
MJ, I'm sorry. I just got to point something out, Matt. When we first started talking about all this, we would say things like, we would say the Anons were virgins and stuff like that, right? I'm starting to figure out why. Like if you find one of these things, it's more interesting than a girl. Like I'm not gonna lie, none of this research ever stops you halfway and goes, "Hey, are you sure you want to really do this?" Like,
I mean, especially when you're talking about saving humanity, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, MJ. I got to make jokes or my head explodes.
No, I love it. Hey, that's why we're here. This is awesome.
Thank
so,
you.
You can think of this DeLorean as like the official mascot of this property, right? That we stayed in. So here's a few Q drops, 225, right? I just wanted to show it for everybody. And you can see where I highlighted the future proves past.
Yeah.
And then 88 has the Great Awakening, right? That's in it. Which, by the way, when we went to the Melania movie a couple months ago, and my boys and my boys are all in on all this stuff. They were kind of not happy I didn't take them with me down to Dallas. Next time they'll go. But the Melania movie had a bunch of previews, and one of them was the Elvis movie, which you guys talked about Elvis yesterday, which that's a whole fascinating. One of the movies was The Great Awakening. The other movies that were in the previews were 2 George Washington movies. The Michael Jackson movie, and this other movie called Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling. So I'm just gonna put that out there because I haven't dug into that.
Yeah.
But see, and Great Awakening. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
MJ, you're blowing our minds right now, seriously. And like the room is reacting. If I could just say, this is hilarious. PJW, $50 rant, Matt. I can't let a newbie and the lovely Gunnels outdo me. You guys should be very nervous having me as a stalker. I might be harmless, but for sure infatuated. Well, PJW, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow, this is incredible. Also, one more quick one here from Simon Says FL, $5. You're great guides, Mickey and Matt. Q tells Anons in 1644, you are the frame, you are the support. People will be lost. People will be terrified. People will reject. People will need to be guided.
Well, thank you for the vote of confidence.
I always wanted to be a crossing guard. Hell yeah. I have achieved a life goal.
In this movement, that is a big job.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's like, remember that commercial where the guy was dancing in New York City?
Yeah, right. The dancing cop.
That's what I feel like me and you are right now. Oh, UFO's over here.
Bigfoot right there.
Bigfoot is over here.
Back to the future. Back to the future.
Back to the future's behind you.
Or is it in front? I don't know. We're trying to figure that out.
I'm literally at the point in all of this.
It's not where it is. It's when.
When,
it
yes.
is.
And I also am just at the point where I'm now just standing still. Like and trying to walk into something. I go, nah, it'll all come in front of me eventually, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You don't have to force this. That's what's amazing.
No,
and I think
it just comes to you.
Yeah. And as we, it's interesting talking to and I got to give, there's so many people, that I think how I got to this place, right? Obviously, Joe Rambo and Dave and all of you, Mickey and everyone that they've had on their shows. I like to watch them as much as I can.
Sure.
So great people going ahead of us, connecting these dots, right? I also had amazing prayer warriors that I've used to pray with every week and still try to, and they decoded dreams, right? They take like little things, like raccoons knocking off a bird's nest and stuff. And I'd be like, and they'd be like, this symbolizes this. I'm like, wow. So there's lots of people. And then listening to JF and Sapioplex, on Fridays.
It's crazy.
Doing the Yellow Submarine decode. I went back and found oh my goodness. So, there's kind of been this constant learning that I've had. And that's gotten me to where I'm starting to look, maybe not at every little news. I definitely don't follow every news, thing, but like just what's around me. And after I did this, I kept going, well, what else is in here? What else am I going to find? Of course, you mentioned this one, right?
Yeah, this is amazing. Let's get into this one.
Yeah. So this is also, in fact, the first 2 pictures I think that everybody caught, just like you did, Matt, was the DeLorean and this picture, the clock portal tunnel, right?
Yeah.
Looking glass.
Definitely a time travel picture.
Yeah. And so if, it definitely, it's got these infinite arches, this big clock, Roman numeral clock. You've got this gentleman in here with a top hat. He's got an umbrella, which makes you think of some kind of storm. and then there's like a briefcase under his arm in there. And so this is kind of the references that Grok came up with. You had the infinite arches, so literal archway portal carved into it, infinite repeating arches creating a tunnel. The traveler, it's basically a visual representation of Project Looking Glass. And we've got Q drop 3585 that says going forward in order to look back, right?
Wow.
And you did say portal yesterday, Matt, and I kept thinking of portal as like going through, like you have to go through it, but you don't. I mean, because my son was just playing this portal game, and you can peek.
Yeah,
you can look.
Yes.
You can look.
Yes.
Right. And so I've done, some more
above
digging.
the portal hole. We can be above the portal hole, Matt.
Above the portal hole. Yes.
Yeah, that's our new show we're going to do with MJ.
Peeping into the portal hole.
That sounds like you're looking into a toilet, but okay.
Yeah. And I was going to say that also sounds like we could charge $150 for it.
Or we could get arrested.
Holy cow, this is exploding, MJ. $5 from Stephanie Scarvelli. So great to meet you all. And MJ, you're killing it. So proud of you. I'm the one with the Mickey-sized hubby. Love you guys. And then right after it, SPS Ryan L, $100. This lady is awesome, fellas. Very interesting stuff, Mickey. What's worse than ants in your pants?
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. What is worse than ants in your pants, Matt?
Worse than ants in your pants.
Yeah, your uncle.
Probably think of a couple.
Your uncle in your pants, I guess.
God.
Great people we met this weekend. Ryan's from Washington State. Ryan and I worked together very closely on a gubernatorial candidate a couple of years ago. And so we got to see the deep state at work with all that pretty close here. So yeah, appreciate that. So here's this looking glass tech, right, being symbolized. It's basically the alleged quantum mirror device that lets you view future timelines from the present, then adjust the now to force the desired outcome. So, and I've got some links here. We're not going to watch the video on Dan Burich, but we're going to watch another video that kind of encapsulate this nice and pretty. But this whistleblower, Dan Burich, says the cabal used it, saw their own defeat post 2012, panicked, and shut it down. And Q's drop was the wink. The man walking the tunnel, that's us. Patriots moving through the secured timeline while the clock, the old system, watches.
Wow.
Kind of interesting, huh? So, and guess what else was in our room? A nice big circular mirror.
Yeah.
I
had two of them in mine.
You did.
Oh, you had the big room. I saw that clip.
Yeah. I got big timed when I was there, man. They treated me like a rock star. Well, those mirrors stood out to me. So tell me what they rep. Are they the portal as well?
It sure looks like a portal to me.
It really did. Really did.
I didn't think of that until later. I was trying to I pulled that Hilton, picture, and I was looking at some of the other pictures from the hotel, and I'm like, oh my gosh, those mirrors, they totally look like a portal. Matt, so I had to throw that in there.
I do think they may have tried to set us up, right? And if they did, and Patrick and them thought of this, it's beautiful. Your room was 369.
Yeah.
My room was
added up to
my room was 449, which adds up to 17. My dude, are you ready for this? I sent Rambo this yesterday, so I had to leave here yesterday, right?
Yeah.
To get an Uber, and so I hope everybody can see it. I meant to send it to you. Let me pull this up. MJ, you're gonna lose it too. So I'm like, all right, as I get done Rambo's show, my mind is like I'm fried, right? And I'm thinking to myself, there is no way like any of this is real, right? I'm just like so blown away. Let me find this, bro. You're going to lose it. Is this one it? Son of a gun. Keep talking. I got to find it. It's worth it. I'm sorry. Keep talking. Yeah. I need to show you this. Go ahead.
So, yeah, we noticed the big circular mirrors in there as well. What you got? Hold on.
I want you to look at can you see my PIN number, Matt, in blue?
You got to hold it still so it focuses. Hold it real still. It's too small. It's too small and blurry.
I'm
Dang
going to send it
I
to you.
can't believe you just
I'll
said
send
that
it to-
online.
I'll send
Yeah.
it to the email. Go ahead, dude.
All right. Do you want to play that video? I've got some other links about Project Looking Glass, but let's play
Yeah,
this
you want to play
video
the
now.
Project Looking Glass video? Okay.
Glass inherently ended up in the same future, and no decision and no possibility changed past a certain point. That's the big secret.
Okay, so is that certainly 2012 in your understanding?
It well coincides with December 21st, 2012.
Bill says that as they kept testing the machine, something strange started happening. No matter what scenario they entered, all timelines were ending in the same future. Normally, when you test different choices, you expect different results, different paths, different outcomes. But at a certain point, around the end of 2012, every path, every possibility, every simulation started showing the same ending. That's what he means when he says all possible timelines lead to the same basic set of history. To the people running the project, this was terrifying. Why? Because it meant they had lost control. It didn't matter what they did, what decisions they made, or what plans they tried to execute. The machine kept showing the same final outcome. So the big secret wasn't that the future could be predicted. The big secret was that the future seemed locked, and nothing they did could change the direction things were heading. This is the moment where the people in charge started to panic, not because they knew what was coming, but because they couldn't stop it.
The people that know everything about Looking Glass, that have gotten all the reports and all the information, the elites of the world, probably figured out that that was the end of the game. Nothing could be manipulated beyond that point.
The people who had full access to the Looking Glass data eventually realized something unsettling. The machine kept giving them the same answer, over and over again, an outcome they did not want. For years, they believed the future could be shaped, influenced, or redirected. But once the timelines started converging, the technology stopped giving them the results they were hoping for. Every test ended the same way. Every scenario collapsed into the same final point. Bill says that this was the moment when those in control understood they had reached the end of the game, a point beyond which their influence no longer mattered. And here's the part that raises the real question. If they didn't like the answer, did they try finding a way to change the entire phenomenon? If a tool that once worked was suddenly useless, it's only natural to imagine that they would search for another method, another technology, capable of pushing reality in a different direction, or at least delaying the outcome they feared. If they were looking for a way to override or bypass the convergence of timelines, there is one project people often point to because of its timing, scale, and ambition. A project designed to manipulate the smallest building blocks of reality itself. And that brings us to CERN.
What about the notion that CERN, for example, is engaged in trying to beat that game, as you call it?
I would say, look at the problems CERN has had, the crazy little things that have kept that project from moving forward. Certainly, they have never even come close to getting that project to the level they want it to be to do what they really want to do with it.
Okay, well, what about the notion that that's the party line, that they haven't been able to do so? But if you really think about it, that's what they would prefer people believe so that they don't think that there's a threat.
Listen to the interviews of the scientists that are working on the project. Even they say that it seems like somebody or something from the future won't let them get that project done.
I think that's the portal.
Okay, remind me about Project Looking Glass. Was this supposed to be alien technology that was kind of re-engineered? Is that the story?
I don't know about that part of it. I
Did
you
the
know, I had not
ancient Sumerians somehow work into this picture, I think?
possibly, and that's where
Yeah.
I have not dug super deep into this. My friend Ryan, I was asking him about this because I didn't know much about it this weekend. And he was explaining it as a big room with a whole bunch of, massive AI computers where they could plug it, stuff in and it could predict the future. Here's your factors, here's, the scenarios, and it
It would
could predict the
find
future.
outcomes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a pick your story kind of deal. And so that's,
The word fate or like destiny or miracle Like all those words really, when you really think about it, they start to make sense in history. You know, David beat Goliath, right? There's no physical way that should happen. They say a slingshot took out a massive human man, right? You go through, Rome, the strongest army the world had ever seen, fell. You go England, the English Empire, all this stuff. It seems like history has a way of resetting itself. And whenever it looks like doom and gloom is about to take out mankind, some miracle happens.
Right.
Right.
And even in that video or a different video, I can't remember if it said it. It called it the God factor.
Right.
This thing where they could not adjust it after 2012 to the cabal's liking.
Well,
right?
You remember too and not to bring up weird, the Mayan calendar, 12/21/12 was supposed. That's when the cycle ended in the Mayan calendar. We thought, oh, the world's over.
And is that the exact date they were talking about for this timeline?
No, yeah.
The same as the Mayan calendar.
It's 2012. I don't know if it's the exact day.
I mean, my calendar ends at 12/31. Should I be worried? I just checked the wall, but all right, we'll talk about it another time.
Yeah, so it's fascinating, and this is, I think there's a lot of this we can piece together and we can connect the dots, but it's, also like we still don't know, right? I think it's impossible to know unless you're one of the 10 right now. But we can connect these dots and try to make sense and see if we can, if it's truth, if it's just like what Rambo was saying yesterday about that Elvis video. He researched half the documents and they were all factual. Those are the kind of things we can do.
That's what's blown me away. Like Paula, who was on our show yesterday, Matt, mentioned documents and I looked them up. Then I was like, well, there it is. Damn, it's like, here's the thing I've learned. I believe that an attorney or whatever, congressman could write a letter, enter it as an official document. And it could say, the world's fake. It's proven. I've been in meetings. UFOs are real. Jesus lives in Georgetown. Whatever you want to. And then it would just, nobody would watch. Nobody would care. They would just get lost in the mix of bullshit that goes on every day.
Part of it just is so much information, so many things to look at. I think that's a huge part of it.
Yeah, I do too. And I do, I believe we have been very oppressed, very enslaved by this cabal system. And I especially through these decodes, I mean, it's very exciting, not just the Q drops, but then to have these things. And you guys, there's so much more. I got to show you. You're not going to believe the other stuff I found.
Go ahead, please.
So not just that, here's some links. projectcamelot.org is a great site to dig into. It has that video and other, videos and information on there. So if you want to dive into it more, if you haven't done that, do it and let me know, because I'm learning too. I don't know much about this. And it was just because of staying at the South Lake Hilton that I even, dug into this.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Now I'm looking around the room and I'm like, well, this is kind of interesting decor. Now, this was taken from the website. My room was not that clean. And I was going to use my messy bed ones. But then I found these. So if you look at these arches and around the TV, it was this golden colored, like almost, it had holes in it, right?
Yep.
And that's that perforated cane panels.
Yep.
And so it's repeating the arches from that the print, the Project Looking Glass print or pearl print, whatever you want to call it, it's over the TV, and then it's and then you've got this perforated cane panels that's like letting light and truth through the old matrix. The black frames echoed the DeLorean, and so when you're in this room, you have this full immersion of the machine, the tracks, the portal, and this orange flux lamp.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And you've got the blue in there too. That's something else I noticed in this chair, and we're going to talk about this blue. One other thing on this slide, it was really interesting when I found these on the website, 2 days ago or yesterday. The source says ice portal.
Yeah, I saw that just now.
What is it?
Ice portal.
Underneath.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't have time to really dig into that much more. I have no idea. There, and we're going to talk about the restaurant here in a second. And well, anyway, we'll get there. But just keep that in mind, because I'm like, ice portal. Where did that come from?
Right. Interesting.
So let's talk about this. Okay, so then I'm like, who owns this property, right? Who owns this thing? And so it's called Driftwood Capital. They bought this property in 2020, which happened to be right in the middle of COVID, right in the middle of the storm, if you want to think of it that way. Right. They acquired this, and it's right, in this Town Lake Square. So I'm sorry, the South Lake Town Square. I can talk today. And again, we talked about this already, 248 rooms, and we're going to come back to that. And so they did this full renovation, and now it's part of these 83 hotels that they own, right? This is one of 83. Yet
So
this
one
is
second, let me recap here just for anybody. Okay, so Hilton obviously is a big corporation. The Rodriguez family owns this one independently. And is this the only independent owner of Hilton Hotels? Do you know?
I don't know that. I don't know that. The Rodriguez family, which is part of Driftwood Capital, they own these 83 hotels, but this is the only one that has a theme like this, or any theme linking to a movie, to Back to the Future. There's no other property like this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we got to try to get a hold of the Rodriguez family. I'd love to talk to them about this.
Yeah.
But please continue.
Yeah. So again, the storm is upon us, right? Q dropped 55. They acquired it during the storm, during COVID.
Wow.
Pretty interesting. Okay, now let's talk about the town, right? Now, this is interesting, and a lot of people didn't realize this. South Lake Town Square, which is where the South Lake Hilton is, right on the property in the town. It was
It's the clock tower.
Dude, it's totally the clock tower. If you just figuring this out, it's like the whole town is back to the future.
It was
shopping center, everything. It's crazy.
And it wasn't by happen chance. The developer that bought this land, it used to be a whole bunch of farmland. He explicitly, he says it in a
wait. I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep cutting you off.
You're good.
So the mall where they went back in time the first time, that used to be farmland.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm sorry. All these things were popping into my head.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't mean to mess up your flow.
No, you're not messing with my flow. This adds to it. I love it. I did not know that. See, I don't know a lot about Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So they acquired it, and they built this town to model Hill Valley. It kept coming up, and when I was grokking something about Hill Valley, replicating Hill Valley. I said, "What's Hill Valley?" I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what it's called. The town is called
Back to the Future. Yeah.
And Back to the Future. So they did this on purpose. And then so what was it? Friday, I went for a walk, and I walked kind of down, by the town square. And I walked past this building that is here, which is the county courthouse, I believe. And I looked back at it, and I'm like, geez, that's quite the building, especially for a county building or a public building, right?
Yeah.
And so I noticed that. And then when I was back in my hotel room, actually Sunday morning, I'm sitting outside drinking coffee, and I hear the bells chiming. And I'm like, where are the bells coming from? It was early enough. It wasn't a church bell. And these bells were ringing, every 15 minutes. And of course, we don't hardly ever get to hear that anymore in any of our towns. So I was intrigued with that. So as you can see with this other picture with Marty and Doc, and there's the clock tower right there.
So is that a clock in the other building?
Yes.
I can't tell.
Yeah,
it is a clock.
Yeah.
And there's multiple buildings. There was another building as I was leaving on Monday. Jeff, our Uber driver for the weekend. Hey, Jeff. I I said, oh my gosh, there's another building with 4 columns and a clock up on top. And it was the Public Works building. I didn't put that in here. But then my friend Robin from Austin, she was sitting with us, Mickey, when I was telling you about this the first time.
Right.
She sent me another picture just like last night or this morning, showing me another building that is not as wide, it's big, but it had the clock tower on it too, with the similar brick and everything. So this was intentional. This whole community, this whole town was built to look like, Back to the Future set.
That's crazy.
Let me, MJ.
Yeah.
Did you ever run like a thing through Grok or whatever and asking what would be the purpose of creating a Back to the Future themed town?
I didn't. That's a great idea.
That's like, I'm connecting it all to the movie and all that. I get it. But, and even to cue like the portal talk and the, where, the future proofs past. But what's the end game with a town
here's
like
the
that?
other thing too. Like the Rodriguez family who bought the hotel, the Hilton.
Yep.
Is not the same family, am I right, that built this courthouse, obviously, right? So they're playing along with,
that's the whole
playing
point.
along. Yeah, I'm saying it's not the same. Like the one developer said, I'm going to make everything Back to the Future.
Right. No, this is almost like it like a created, orchestrated plan.
Right.
Don't you see it that way, Matt?
Yeah.
It's wild.
There's no other way to look at it, right?
It goes way, way back, right? And so you had this Brian Stebbins that, modeled this town. But you have different owners of all these things, like the South Lake Hilton, the Driftwood Capitol. I mean, that didn't happen until 2020. So it is pretty interesting.
Do we know when this courthouse was built?
I don't see that there's so much. I know this can expand, right? Like we need to keep digging on this and add to this.
Where do they get Chuck Berry, dude? That's going to be unreal when they get Chuck Berry to play guitar. I'm going to flip out if they can bring that guy
That was
back.
his brother.
Yeah, that's right. Billy Berry, or what was his name? I forget.
So the address,
that new sound.
The address is, okay, this is interesting. I just saw this. I did not see this before. I'm not kidding. Okay, the lightning strike tower is at 10:04, right? When in the movie, right? It strikes it at 10:04. You guys, I did not put this together until just this moment. The address is 1400
10:04.
Holy,
do you see that?
I got it.
Honestly, I kept going. Wait a second. There's got to, because I didn't tie 10:04 to anything else until this moment.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Hey, by the way, do you think, I'm not trying to make jokes, but I am, but this one, like kind of a joke, but kind of real. Like they're saying, remember all them people, Elvis, Michael Jackson, like they took them and they're going to come back and help us understand this whole thing, right? They saved those people because we all love them, the world. Would like Michael J. Fox, can you name an actor that was more, like who hates him?
Love that guy, man.
What if he's been faking Parkinson's this whole time and he's going to come back to this town and make the announcement when it's all over?
What if he's a robot?
I don't think he's a robot. They ain't let loose yet. He's moving all the time.
Yeah.
We saw that Joe Biden went with Melania yesterday. Did you see that robot?
I did.
MJ?
I did.
Yes, I did.
Made sense of that for me.
I'm like, dude, that's Joe Biden.
You think that was Joe Biden?
100%.
Wow.
Dude, come on. You ever see Joe Biden? You see the robot? Here it was.
I played it on the show. You remember? I played on the show and it tripped on something and he recovered the same way the robot recovered from a trip. Yeah.
It's Mickey doing You need to be more robotic, Mickey. You got to be more jerky. Yeah, it's crazy, right? You got, just to tie into Michael J. Fox, I just so this George magazine, the original George magazine, JFK Jr. You know.
By the way, do you know? Anybody can laugh at me. I go to Walmart purposely to buy George clothing line.
Yeah,
because isn't that his clothing line?
Well, I don't know if it's his. I don't know.
Well, I don't know anymore unless he is still alive. But I'm saying, wasn't that what he started? Wasn't that his too? I think it is.
The original magazine. I don't know about the clothing line. The original magazine, but it finished in 2000. And then some other people started it again. So it's like 2.0, and they're coming out with new magazines and stuff, editions. But funny enough, I just got one of the old Georgia magazines, and who's there on the cover but Michael J. Fox? And he
Been
was
faking it the whole time.
I would love it if he was faking it.
and he was, I can't remember the
Come
edition.
on,
I think it
guys.
was 2000. So it was when they still had the magazine. It was still the original magazine, but JFK Jr. had supposedly died in 1999. So it was a 2000 edition. I think it's October. And Michael J. Fox was one of the first class of recipients for Citizens of the Year in this Georgia magazine. For this Georgia first time they did it.
And that was 2007?
I think it was 2000. No, 2000.
Oh, 2000. Okay. Wow.
So like
This
a
will
year
tell you-
after JFK Jr. supposedly died.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
So I think there's a lot of digging to do on Michael J. Fox and all this whole thing. So, are we watching a movie? I thought of that this morning. I
You
didn't.
better not tell me he's been eating babies. I'm going to be so mad
With who?
if Michael J. Fox is eating
How's
babies.
Michael J. Fox going to eat anything? He can't eat all the games still.
You make a good milkshake, though.
It would have to be like really small piece of baby so he can get it. You know what I mean? You can't have it like
He's
that.
got handlers, dude. People would feed him the baby.
Oh, I mean, listen, if you're getting fed baby like they fed Caesar grapes, you're a whole nother level
I know,
of devil.
It's a whole nother level of torture.
Yeah,
What
you
do.
don't eat baby with your hands. That's
That this evil has been going on
disrespectful.
is just So
It's horrible.
I lost my train of thought. I was going to tell you guys. So I looked today. There's 29 Q posts about movies.
Wow.
29
About movies.
movies, and you are watching a scripted movie. Q post 1450, 1262. Think movie 813. You're watching a movie. So there's a whole bunch, and I didn't get them all clipped to show you, but there's a whole bunch.
I'm starting to think the movie thing. I'm starting to look at this a little. Maybe it's the same as some of these guys, but I really believe this. Like the movie thing are the characters, not outside, not the sky, the people. That's the movie. Dude, when you watched Melania yesterday walk out with that robot and that thing's walking just like Biden did, right? And then you see it go around and it comes out front and it goes, hello.
It was much more fluent than Biden.
Yeah, way better than Biden. They should have used that
Spoke
one.
different languages.
They should have used that one in the debate with Trump. Remember the one they
Right.
used, got all matrixed up?
Yeah.
They said, how you doing, Joe? Well, gosh, Afghanistan.
That would have been great if
Trump's like,
he
I don't
came
know
out
what
with
he, how about that line Trump had? I don't know what he's saying. I
He
don't
doesn't
think
know
he
what he-
knows what he's saying.
It would be great if he came out with a C-3PO voice. oh, Donald.
It sounded like R2-D2 the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
man,
God. That's what
I
McConnell-
like that. I like that idea.
That's what
C-3PO,
Kamala seems like.
golden age. C-3PO.
Exactly. Yeah. MJ, you're exactly right. Well, MJ, listen, man, this is the thing I love about meeting all you guys because we got thrown up into the big leagues right away with Rambo and Dave. And, I don't know if a lot of shows would have survived that, Matt. Like to be able to try to take all that in, keep their attention, the audience's attention, like it was nuts. But then you meet people like MJ, and I think this is our bread and butter. We're like, MJ's new to this kind of decoding thing and looking into this and all of it together and all these different, what's it called? Strategies or whatever, or styles. MJ, I got to tell you today, this is a great presentation.
Guys, there's more. I got to show you a couple other
There's a
things.
lot more,
Keep
man.
going. This is
Yeah,
amazing.
All right, well, thank you for saying that. Here's the post, the article where the guy, said I developed it, to symbolize or inspired by Back to the Future. So, I mean, there's proof of that. Obviously, we have that. We already talked about that. So the entire South Lake Town complex is a real life Hill Valley set piece, right? It's all there. You've got the DeLorean print in your room. It's not random hotel art. It's the official mascot of the property you're standing in. The entire South Lake Town complex the hotel sits on was deliberately designed with this classic American town square architecture, the exact aesthetics we've tied to the Hill Valley Courthouse Square. Same brick, same open plaza energy, same future proves past, suburban utopia vibe. Hilton sits smack in the middle of that.
It's got the water right out front as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and here's
Wow.
obviously some other pictures from the movie. So, 4 columns, clock, it's everywhere in that town. It's pretty fascinating. So, when we showed this slide earlier, 225 future proves past. Okay, you guys, the Henley.
The bar. Okay.
So
Oh,
so
wow.
then I'm sitting in my room. I'm like, okay, so what else do I know about this place? Okay, the Henley. What the heck? What's the Henley have to do
Yeah,
with
the
this?
Henley. So yeah, this is really this is amazing.
Okay, so the Henley is this restaurant bar. We were in a lot.
That's where you
Talking to
gave me
people.
this presentation originally,
Yes,
MJ.
where I gave.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were sitting at one of the booths, and I shared this. There's those blue chairs again from our rooms, and then you've got this interesting looking wallpaper. So I type in Henley, and it comes up with, well, you've got Don Henley of the Eagles, obviously, right?
right.
Who's saying Hotel California. The
Yeah.
song Anons have hammered for years. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. We know there's some dark stuff about Hotel California. Classic cabal trap symbolism. Once you're in the system, the old timeline, you're stuck. But we're literally staying in this hotel with a DeLorean on the wall and a portal tunnel staring at you. So if you think about it, you've got the Henley, which is like welcome to Hotel California, except the flux capacitor is already charged, and we just broke the loop, right?
Wow.
The
Wow.
music was always the warning. You also have William Ernest Henley. Some people may know the Invictus poem, which I kind of just barely knew it. And so it's an interesting layer to this. A lot of people know it as I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. So it's basically this poem about, he goes through the storm and he comes out victorious.
Yeah, right, he did.
Right. And I have more of that. You can look at that, if you want to look at the actual words here. So if you want to tie it together, we look forward, we saw the bad end and mastered the fate instead. The shadowy traveler walking the infinite arches in our room art, he's now the captain. The Henley restaurant is where you sit down and enjoy the victory meal and the secured timeline.
Yeah. And is that what it says? This is the secured timeline?
That's what Grok is coming up with. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Henley isn't serving food; it's serving confirmation. And so, Grok kind of broke down all these little stanzas for me.
Well, here's something I'd like to confirm in the Henley. I can confirm this: you cannot touch the fruit trays at the bar. Remember that, MJ?
Can't take you anywhere, man.
Wasn't me. What happened? We were sitting there. I forget. A lady ordered a drink. I don't even remember who it was.
Yeah.
I was standing around, and the bar, and she wanted an olive or an orange or something. She just reached over and grabbed the orange, and he came over. The bartender, he goes, "Did you touch these?" And she goes, "I grabbed an orange out of it." He goes, grabs the whole glass and throws all the oranges away.
Yeah.
And I
looked
at her, and I'm like, "You piece of crap! What is wrong with you?"
You can't do that.
It was so funny. It didn't matter.
Well, and on that bar, this is maybe where the ice portal comes in. I don't know. But do you remember on that bar too, towards like the inside where the taps were, it would freeze over.
Well, that, in all fairness, because in a draft system like that, where the drafts, that has cold compressed air coming through it, and that will freeze up like an air conditioner. That will do that. I've been in bars where the lines will freeze up on it.
So that was the only thing I thought of where those pictures said the ice portal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ice portal. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fascinating.
It is fascinating, right? So Brock did kind of take it line by line with this, but basically with the poem, the part where it says, "My head is bloody, but I'm bowed," kind of symbolizing the fell clutch, the deep state cabal control. Head was bloody, but unbowed. Trump's 2 impeachments, the raids, the lawfare, the 2020 steal. Yet he and Q never bowed. Exactly. The pain is the price of freedom. And then later, the wrath and tears, the horror of the shade. We saw the satanic cabal, right? Black hats hiding in the shadows. So basically, sum it all up. This is Project Looking Glass in poetic form. They looked forward, saw the horror timeline, flipped the script, and mastered the fate. The shadowy traveler, we already talked about that. And Q never said, "We are the storm" for nothing. Henley wrote the captain's log in 1875. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So why embed this poem via the restaurant name? Driftwood Capital and the design team didn't pick the Henley at random during the exact renovation window when the DeLorean and portal prints went up. This is the complete package. So let's kind of sum it up. There's still some more stuff. You got the room art, the tech, the time machine, and the quantum tunnel. You got the restaurant, the victory feast where you sit down as the unconquered captain, and you wake up to the fixed timeline. You walk downstairs, you eat at the Henley, and the subconscious gets the full download. We checked out of Hotel California. We mastered the fate. The old horror is now just the name on the menu. And South Lake Town Square, where the Hill Valley replica, all ties it together. It's the same.
We kept saying we felt like we were in California. Didn't you hear everybody saying that?
Yeah, it feels like California.
It feels like California.
Yeah, totally. Matt,
the weather, the beautiful scenery.
Can you grab 8SLO's comment? It's like 4th or 5th up. Go 2 more up. She meant to write ice. Go ahead. Equals 935. Actually, E is 5, not 4.
Yeah, right.
Add them numbers up.
Wow.
Ice portal. That's 17 portal.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice grab.
Who was that? I want to give them the credit.
That was 8SLO9.
Is that like 8 slow 9?
8 slow 9.
Yeah. That, by the way, 8 and 9 add up to 17 as well.
They do.
Listen, all this stuff is so much fun. Thank you, 8 slow 9. MJ, the more I meet people like you, because let's be honest, Dave and Rambo, this is what they do every day, all day. They're just focused on it. They're looking. You took your time. You put a lot of work into this. You did a dig, and it was really, really fun and entertaining. And you got a little bit more of this.
I've got a couple more.
And then we got to hear about the Flower of Life thing. Too.
I go to that. So let me just show you a couple more pictures.
Okay.
Right before I left, I'm like, okay, I got to see what these ballroom names are, the conference rooms. So I took a picture of those. So you can see those here. Here's kind of what Grok came up with. The old luxury empire is now just signage in the building. It's all named after the legendary.
Can we discuss these line by line? Because I think that's interesting the way we go through it.
Yeah.
So Matt, read that again, MJ, what you said, the first one.
The old luxury empire, now just signage. So this gets into it. The all named after legendary historic hotels that built this Hilton Staler empire, right?
Yeah.
So isn't that interesting? So like the Mobley boardroom, that was Conrad Hilton's very first hotel, right? So that could be, okay, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
These other ones were the old Cabal elite playgrounds, Roosevelt, Drake, Shamrock, Breakers. So basically, you have this old guard luxury network demoted to the meeting rooms on the bottom as signs.
Yeah.
Tier the top hat traveler walks the secured portal upstairs. So basically you have the flipped elite.
Wow.
Now close briefings in the ruins of the old system.
Yeah.
Wow. So maybe this whole thing is like a sign to let us know. Like you said, MJ, we've made it through. And a lot of this stuff, I think, even in Q, and I'm going to probably get destroyed for this. I think a lot of it's metaphor. And it's meant to make you think even deeper. Because one of the things Rambo says all the time, like when I'm talking to him, I'll say something, right? And he'll go, yeah, dude, but think about it a little deeper. Or let's take it here, right? And I've always said I think that's what Q really taught everyone to do, is how to find one key thing and then dig underneath that. And once you dig underneath that, you take those things you picked up and you dig underneath them. Then you grab that and you dig. And eventually you got like 2 or 3 or, 12 bloodlines left to take out. And that's the end of the game. So I love the way you did this, MJ. You took it in order. You put it. It's fascinating to watch someone explain their drop or their dig in real time. It's awesome.
Well, and it just, it kept layering. And so there's just a couple more. I
Yeah.
looked on the pictures. The storm picture was that main hallway going down to the
Oh,
room
yeah, I
we
don't
were
think I
in.
even noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you look real closely, you might not be able to see it here, but if you look real closely and blow it up, there's like Leslie, I think it was, that was with me. She goes, "Oh, there's a lightning bolt in there," and there was.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
there was.
So, kind of symboling the storm. The storm has passed, the lightning cracks, you got the new horizon. You had this right as you
Got the
entered
lightning
in,
from Back to the Future.
the
The
lightning
lightning
from
bolt.
Yeah.
Back to the Future. Then you had this, beautiful little, green couch right as you went into the Henley.
I sat in that couch by myself
Cool.
for because right outside of that couch was the bar patio and the bar. Like that was like a little nugget in the corner. And I would just walk in there by myself sometimes and sit down for 10 minutes just to like clear my head.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people, it was so overwhelming.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So look at this. And I'm like, okay, what else is right here under my nose? I look at the books on the table right in front of the check-in counter. This is what the books were. They're real books.
Wow.
The travel
Wonderland.
Wonderland.
and Wonderland.
There and back.
There and back.
Great
Right.
Escapes. Think about that. Like,
What was the other thing?
what we're
Great,
talking
Great
about.
Escapes. Yeah.
Hey, MJ, you know what I want to do? I'm dead serious, Matt. I'm going to do this, or we're going to do it. We're going to try to reach out to a spokesperson for the hotel and ask them if they'd come on with us.
Yeah,
and
we're
you,
trying to
MJ,
get the family on.
We'll get the family on. Just say, hey, what is this really for and about?
Yeah.
Like, why? What? And if their answer is going to be simple. We just love the movie. We just wanted to build a town.
Yeah, hopefully it
that
goes deeper.
reminded
I don't
us
know
of
what
the-
my grandfather
Yeah.
wanted to build
I
it
don't
for.
know why that might,
Yeah.
I'd like you to meet my sons, Lincoln, Adams, Jefferson. We don't know what it could possibly be here.
Doc, Marty, and
Doc
Yeah,
Martin.
Dark Marty. Biff.
Yeah, I felt like Biff the whole time
Yeah.
I was there.
Biff.
Let's get into this. 248 rooms.
There's actually two, and so it's like, okay, there's got to be something to this. It's the exact number of positive mitzvahs or positive commandments, which didn't really, connect to anything. But this one was interesting: 248 limbs or organs of the body. So if you kind of plug this in, you're saying, it's like saying every room is a vessel of the Great Awakening. Each person in each of these rooms, that is a vessel of the Great Awakening, traveling, taking this on. This was another one.
Makes
I'm
sense.
sitting there telling Ryan about this. I think this was after, we had talked, Mickey, and I was sharing some of this. And I kept saying Driftwood Capital. And I'm like, oh, shoot, there's probably something with Driftwood. Right?
Yeah.
So, duh, look that up. Driftwood is the wood that survived the hurricane, survived the storm, and it's reshaped stronger. So you've got, again, they bought this during the peak of the storm in 2020.
in 2020.
Driftwood Capital, are you kidding me? And South Lake is a signal node to all of this. I mean, it's just amazing. So here's my final slide on this, and then we'll get into your flower code.
Before you say that, though, I got to point something out, Matt. This is genius. It's a time travel hotel. So if you're going to have a wedding, here's where you want to have it. And immediately when you get married, go through the portal for 12 years, look at her. If you still like her, go back and stay married. If you don't, come back, annul it right away.
Right.
This is a genius idea.
Yeah.
This guy's going to make a fortune, man. This guy is going to make a fortune. These Hiltons think of everything, I'll tell you.
It's, and it's stunning that it's the only one that, in their whole complex. Oh, and I forgot to talk about that wallpaper. You can see that right in the middle. They talked about that being like golden rain cleansing down the wallpaper of the Henley.
Yeah.
I mean, just like, cleansing the timeline. It's just so cool. So it was a lot of fun. And like you guys said, we could keep doing more. I've kind of summed it up as we've gone along. I mean, I could sum it up again, but I want to get to, let's see, how do I stop sharing that?
Okay. We pull that out.
Yeah, let's see if I can. Okay. So put your, stallion up there again.
Okay, you want the one of mine, or you want this one?
Yeah. So, and what's interesting about this is my oldest son, Austin, he's had this huge thing about Nikola Tesla for a long time.
Yeah.
Right through this whole movement. And so, my ears perked when you talked about Nikola Tesla. I went down for his 30th birthday in Colorado Springs, and we drove around, and we actually were in Victor, Colorado, and we go around a corner, and here's this big image of Nikola Tesla, and we're like, what? Well, it's interesting because we're talking about victory.
Wow.
It was Victor. So
yeah,
we just put this together yesterday when I told him about your experience with this, your flower of life.
Yeah.
So
369, my room number for people that didn't know.
And weren't you quoting Invictus?
Yeah.
Like how much more Vic do you need?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're saying that in Texas is where you saw this statue?
Colorado.
Oh, Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay. Which he was known to have a workplace there for Colorado Springs, but this is up in the mountains, and Victory is a small little town, kind of right next to Cheyenne Mountain, which is interesting. And we just felt like it was something. I mean, we didn't know what it was, but it was something, right? And so I pulled that image. I'll have to send it to you later, because this, with what happened with you and this. So here's my decode on this, right? So how does you losing the emblem out of your pendant, tied to this, right? So you've got room 369, obviously, as you're showing Tesla, or you showed Tesla's keys to the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Nikola Tesla repeatedly said, if you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe, right?
My room number.
I'm not going to lie. If I could just figure out the magnificence of the 3, because the 6, 9, I love that.
You get that.
But the 3 is the one I'm like held up. I don't get 3.
Yeah.
But 6, 9, I'm down with the 6.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. I've been 6, 8 most of my life. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna stay quiet because I don't want people's image to be ruined of me. So
hey, let me get away from this. Peachy Patriot 17 with a $17 rant. Love you all. Amazing job, MJ.
Thank you, Peachy Patriot.
Thank you. Go ahead, hon. You know my bizarre, stupid little dirty mind can't help itself. So
I love it.
Pay no attention to me.
You had us in stitches.
Mr. Leota, $5 rant. I should have kept your Trader Joe's potato chips. Love y'all. Thank you, buddy. He made the trip to Trader Joe's with us.
That's right. Oh, that's the one we walked to get the lunch meat. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So back to 369, right? We're right on it. So it's the same energy that powers the DeLorean jump, right? So the orange flux lamp charging the time machine nightly, and the infinite looking glass portal in your room. The flower of life necklace is the blueprint of creation. Right? It's one of the oldest sacred geometry symbols, like you were saying, Matt. And the overlapping circles form the fundamental blueprint of all creation. It represents the interconnectedness of the entire universe, the cycle of life, birth and rebirth, and the divine unity and the geometric patterns behind reality itself.
Yeah, that is heavy.
Losing the necklace, inside room 369, or that was your room.
Yeah,
is a symbolic release, surrender.
Yeah, you just gave up. You gave up, Matt. I hope you're happy.
Of the old creation blueprint, the old. Yeah.
Wait,
matrix.
Say that all together again.
Yeah.
Say that all together again.
You're in, dude.
Losing the necklace.
Yeah.
Around this room, 369, is symbolic of the release, surrender of the old creation blueprint. The old matrix pattern is no longer needed to be carried because the new secure time is already active.
Wow. I just got chills.
I bet you did, because you just found out that you're now awakened, dude. That's what happened.
Is that what
you
see out
losing that little gay necklace you had or whatever it was, right? That little hippie thing.
Tell that to Da Vinci, bro.
Well, Da Vinci's not here anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that worked out. All I'm telling you is this. You lost your little necklace down there, and that's God or nature's way of looking at you and going, Matt, start thinking different. You're now leading people to the future.
You know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about.
That symbol is in very important places throughout history. They don't put that on palaces and temples because it's a frivolous symbol.
It's not that it's not significant. It's very significant. It doesn't lose its significance.
Right.
It's just where we are in this process. I mean, we're all here together. That happened to you. That's part of this story.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, I'm yelling at him because he called it my gay little necklace.
Just remember something, Matt. Where we go, one, we're by ourselves. All that I want to tell everybody in this movement is this. You're witnessing a guy who I swear, and I don't care what he says, shows 1 through 10. As soon as we got off the air every day, he'd go like this. You sure we're doing the right thing? Is this going to work? Oh, my God. And now, MJ, he knows more than me. He's lying. He's deeper than anyone in this.
So what do you think about all this? Tell me your thoughts.
Go ahead, man.
I mean, my mind is blown. I just got chills when you talked about the necklace thing because, I mean, that, you know, God, when you said you did a deep dive on Back to the Future and just the portal, just all that stuff. You know, and the necklace is this Tesla, the 369. It all goes back to like vibration and frequency and time travel. I mean, it's just it's overwhelming. It really is. It makes me want to go even deeper. And like Mick said, we need to get a hold of this family, I think, and talk to them, just see what they say.
If they say anything, I'd be curious. You know, they might just poo-poo it too.
You know what's funny? I've not really seen any other like shows like ours where. You know, somebody can do a dig, right? And at the end of it, it's like, oh, this person's bad, say, right? They figure out, they do a dig. And I'm always like, yeah, well, I'm not afraid. I want to just directly ask them, hey, dude, you worship the devil? Like, what's up? You eating babies, bro? Like, just let me know. I just don't want to go to lunch with you. Like, I don't have any fear when it comes to that. Like, if I got this Hilton dude on, I would straight up be like, hey, man, you wink twice if there's some wild stuff going on.
You see my necklace, man?
Yeah, you seen Matt's necklace?
Like, literally, what happened to my necklace?
Dude, it gave away.
I was hearing, too, but it didn't have that symbolism.
To my necklace.
Because
it fits into this whole scenario,
Matt,
in a meaningful way.
Matt.
Tell me.
Matt, when you go through the portal.
You got my necklace?
Matt, when you go through the portal, you can't bring everything with you.
Do you think we went through a portal?
I do.
Did you go through a portal, MJ?
It's a metaphorical portal.
You think it's metaphorical, or it could be?
I don't know. Yeah. I think this is symbolizing that what we have done as a society, as a civilization, is if I understand Project Looking Glass, because I'm like, I've learned, if anything I've learned through this movement, I don't know much. Right? Because the second you think you know something, more information comes out that it's false, or you get rug pulled, as they were talking about. You can't predict exactly what's going on. I think with especially both of those, right? The March Madness, Decode, and this it's telling us that they fixed the timeline, that it was on a really bad path. It's not a coincidence. We're seeing all this bad stuff. And now it is going back in reverse, and it's a much better future. For me, as a believer, that's a big thing. I believe God loves us so much. I mean, we're all super individual. He has good for us. Now, it's been hard because we've been seeing all this awful stuff. Like, we kid about the eating babies and stuff, but it's awful. It's horrific. It's unbelievable.
No, it's horrible.
Stuff I never even could have in my worst nightmares think of, but it's exposing the evil that has been there. And that means the devil's losing. I like Duke. It's a great team, but the devil's are losing.
No, I get it. I totally get that. And you know what else is weird to me, MJ? Like, and we talked for a minute about this. The more you start like looking into things, I mean, you know how people say, dude, you look into this, you're going to lose your mind. You look into, I'm not going to lie. Like, I actually feel more calm when I hear this stuff. Here's why. I'm okay with whatever it is.
I just want the truth, right?
If they just said to me, dude, you're living on this tiny little pebble, you're one of 8 billion in the Galactic Federation, you're basically on a scale of 1 to 10, you're a 4 as far as like evolving goes compared to the universe. Chill out, love each other. We'll be back. We're going to show you guys how to travel to us. And, you know, maybe we got new vacation spots come. You ever think about it? Like, I don't want to go to Jersey this year. I was thinking about Uranus. We'll go to Uranus
There's
this
a planet.
year.
It's probably Uranus where you are the tallest guy in the world.
See what you got to do.
It's probably Uranus.
I swear to
I'm
God.
guessing.
And I bet your forehead is a normal size on Jupiter, bro, with that thing. You should have one of them big red dot storms on your forehead.
You know, we talk about the Matrix, though, right? I mean, in this Matrix is this, you know, bloody, you know, world that we're beating everybody down, and, you know, you're just barely making it or hardly able to survive. You can't can't make enough money to buy a house. I mean, you know, my kids are living with me. I mean, they're 30 and 28, and one of them will always live with me, but, you know, they can't make enough to buy their own home. And it's just like, gosh, what happened? Right? What happened to the American dream? Well, I think we're being shown that it is there. This utopian South Lake town, you know, it's like, oh, this is what it could be. This is what it was meant to be. And we're taking that back. That's a message I'm hearing.
MJ, you've done such a great job. I'm going to ask you if you'll join us. Smash that like button. Come on. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. One more. Smash that like button. All right. Now, MJ,
that was awesome. I didn't know that was part of it.
Yeah, we've never asked a guest to do that with us before, but you've done such an amazing job today.
That's the new version with gang vocals.
And MJ, Matt and I would sincerely like to offer you a green light anytime you do a dig on something you find interesting. Please just send it to us. We'll work out the schedule. It's been fascinating.
And, you know, we have your channel and your X linked in our description. So go down and follow MJ's channel and follow her on X as well. You can see both of those links.
MJ, I got to tell you, phenomenal job. Thank you so much. I loved
MJ.
This show.
I loved it too.
This was
so
a
much
great
fun.
show, for real.
Yeah.
We'll talk soon, okay, MJ?
What's that?
I said we're going to talk again soon.
Yes, right. Hey, I really appreciate it. You know, let me know what you guys come up with, because I know this is just, you know, the tip of the iceberg, right?
Absolutely.
I will. I'm going to be thinking about this all night. I'm sure I'm going to drive home and think about stuff. So, yeah.
Matt, do you have her number?
I do.
Because, he's going to drive you crazy. He's going to, I mean, you don't understand. Back to the Future, that was his Playboy magazine. He just watched Back to the Future. MJ, thank you so much.
Thanks, you guys. Take care. Blessings to you.
By the way, everybody that loved MJ today, let's go ahead and smash a 1 in the comments.
Yeah.
Everybody, just to show her applause, everybody post a 1 in the chat room. What an amazing job she did today.
Love that, man.
Now, dude,
absolutely loved it.
I've been waiting for her to be off so she didn't feel uncomfortable. Were you blown away? Like,
absolutely.
It's
like
crazy.
I said, I mean, at the end of that, when she wrapped it up and then talked about the necklace too, I literally had chills. I had hair on the back of my arms standing up.
Dude, look at all these ones coming. You know what? We should do something different. Anyone that thought she was really great, donate $10,000 right now. If you really loved MJ, go ahead and donate. We're going to give her half, I promise. You know what's funny, man, is like when you do shows like these, Matt, I don't know anything. You know what I mean? Like, I know nothing about that kind of, like, how to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do one, though.
That's what I said. I said we should do that one day. We'll pick something. We'll dive deep into it. But what do you make of all that, man? How did we all end up at that hotel with all that imagery?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I may displace us in the community with this next little theory. I really believe it's 100% real. Full control. I think that they have laid stuff out for us. Because, listen, so many of the OGs in this world were mentally destroyed because of the separation of reality and the rest of their family and friends. I think what we're seeing right now is sort of the reveal of how right these people were. And I think maybe that might turn into an Anon town.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm just saying,
like,
you know, we have to talk to Patrick and see how he landed on that hotel.
Yeah,
to book it.
we do. We definitely
but
should.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Right?
Pebbles 23. She said,
and
"I
what
love
happened
you
to
guys."
my necklace?
I told you lost your gay card, and then they took it from you. That's all that happens. Why? Oh, you.
And you just got yours. I'm bummed out. We can't hang out anymore.
I just got my gay card. We're done. Pebbles 23 with a $10 rant. I love you guys. Claw Paul LaChanso won $5. Loved MJ. Yeah, what a great show,
She was
everybody.
awesome, for sure.
She was incredible. Waiting on Rambo. He's supposed to check in with us every day.
Yeah, we sent you the link, Rambo. If you're around the email,
yeah,
pop on in for us. By the way, this week, coming up, well, tomorrow, of course, we're going to do our React show. It's going to be React 10 tomorrow. It's our Mental Health Friday. We're just going to cut up and laugh and play some fun videos. And then on Monday, Q School. We've been off for like a week. So this will be our first Q School in a while.
Scott Beer at the Parade. If you know Scott, I think it's Zimmerman is his last name.
Totally psyched.
Brilliant guy. Awesome. Yeah. Can't wait to have him on. He's going to do a whole Q School with us.
Yep.
I had the pleasure of seeing him on BB's show for her 1 year anniversary.
I saw that. Yeah.
So that was awesome. Rambo, I don't know what they're doing today. Is he in? Check that.
He said he was really busy today, so he might just be prepping. Did we get a couple more coming? Double L555, $5. Did you flip Matt out also by showing him that pic for my fishing trip? I don't know if I saw that.
Oh, did she send that to me? I forgot she did. Hold on. She sent it last night. Hold on 1 minute. I got to find it.
Pebbles, $10. I love you guys. We love you too.
Here it is. Hold on. I got to. Oh, bro. Hold on. We got 10 minutes, right? Just about perfect. All right. I'm going to send this picture to you. I meant to do it. Dude, you're about to lose your mind, bro. I'm not even kidding. Like, okay. So, you know, Lisa, double L, right?
Yes.
All right. She goes to a fishing trip a lot down in Louisiana. She loves fishing. She's into it.
Okay.
Anyway, she took a picture of this really cool cloud, right? And I got to show it to you, bro. Because when you see it, there's something there that you're going to notice. So it's just coming through. And give it a second, bro. Right there. Yeah, the top one.
All right,
bro.
Let me bring this in.
I want you to look at this close. And then we're not going to be able to really do it on here. And I'll do it in a different, but yeah, bring that up. Here we go, everybody. I want you to see this picture. This is in Louisiana. That's a beautiful sunrise, right?
Wow, that's a cool looking break in the clouds. That's a portal.
Brood.
That is.
See that little
in
dot?
Texas?
See that little dot to the cloud?
Yes. Oh my God,
bro. When you zoom in, it's a effing UFO.
Dude, you got to text me this picture right now.
And not only that, dude, here's the thing that's crazy about it. I mean, crazy. She didn't even notice it.
Where is this?
Louisiana.
It's in Louisiana.
She didn't even notice it when she took the picture.
Wow.
But it's so freaking cool.
That thing just came out of that portal in the sky.
Dude, it looks, I'm telling you, like we can't zoom it on here.
No.
I'm going to have to try to crop it really good.
Yeah.
But I will definitely send you this picture, bro. Because it's nuts, man. When you see it, you're like, even like digitized or whatever.
Yeah.
You still see that that's not normal.
That is incredible. Double L555. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Lisa.
I can't wait to check this out. Lisa, right.
The best, dude.
Yeah.
So she sent me that last night. And it's like, when you see it, you're like, oh my God. By the way, I got to say something funny that happened about 20 minutes ago. Remember now I was saying the thing about the hotel's great for marriage because it has a portal.
Yeah.
You can go through, check like 12 years later, see how. And Shannon wrote 12 years, LOL. That's how long we've been. But I didn't mean it.
Did you go into the time portal?
No, I haven't yet. But I'll tell you what. But it was just it hit me so funny during the show.
Yeah.
Because it just was a random number. But it is the number. It was so funny. Anyway, Matt, what a great show today.
It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. And, we're going to have to do a part 2 with MJ, number one, but we're going to have to bring Rambo. He must be busy today, but we got to bring Rambo in because he decoded, I think, the entire Back to the Future series and showed how it kind of all relates to 9/11.
Yeah.
The little bit I saw on his show blew my mind. I got to see the rest of it. So
I would love to
know
what
put that show together.
I would love to know what he's doing today, but, since you lost your gay necklace, he probably won't come on the show anymore. Guess it's bad luck to lose that necklace. No, so what is it again? Like, real quick, the flower
of life?
The flower of life.
Yeah. So Tesla You know, he was into sacred geometry and things like that. It's, you know, like I said, there's a woo-woo side of the flower of life where people think it has all kinds of metaphysical things. There's also a very scientific and mathematical side of it where scientists have studied it, mathematicians, philosophers, people have been obsessed with this throughout history.
Let me ask you a question because you seem to know about it. Is it basic geometry or is it more than that?
Everything.
Okay. So
I mean, it's literally the blueprint of life. You see it in everything. You see it in seashells, right?
Yes. Yes.
You see it. What's Da Vinci's man, the man standing with his arms out.
I Surrender guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
That fits into that thing. The tree of life is inside of that. Also, the Kabbalah. I mean, everything is kind of you know, inside of this design, this shape. And like I said, it's been kind of found all over the world in all different cultures, all different time periods, you know, and it's been put in very special places. It's in temples, it's in palaces, and they don't put frivolous symbols in those places. You know, they would only put incredibly important symbols in those places. And we don't know a lot about it, but like I said, Da Vinci was obsessed with it. He devoted a lot of time to studying that.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. MJ, you didn't have to do this. She sent us a $17 rant.
Thank you.
So much fun. Thank you guys for the opportunity. We will certainly return that when we see you on your show.
Thank you, MJ.
MJ, thank you.
So kind.
Completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So she just sent the close up of the picture, Matt. I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
All right, dude, it's worth it. I promise, real quick. What a cool way to end the show. I feel like I'm showing a real UFO.
Are you emailing this to me?
Yes, sir. Right this second. I really do feel like I'm showing a real UFO. I think that sent, didn't it? Why didn't it go?
Let me see. Here it is. Yeah, I got it.
Did you get the new one?
Yep.
All right, perfect.
Let me see.
Yeah.
All right, I'll bring it in now.
Bro, this is so now it's grainy because she took it with a cell phone. It's a mile away.
Yeah.
But bro, look, when you zoom in, come on.
Whoa,
that's
what
not an
the
airplane,
heck
dude.
is that?
That's not an airplane. I don't care what
No way
anybody
it's an airplane.
says.
It's not a weather balloon.
Nothing. It's next to that portal.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think it's your gay thing, the necklace.
You got my necklace.
Yep, they got your necklace right there.
And then he left through this little portal in the sky. It's gone.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Matt, I didn't. Is
Unreal.
that put that up one more time?
Unbelievable.
I mean, think about it. Did you get rid of it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seriously, like even if that's distorted, what could that be in the sky?
Yeah.
Like it maybe could be a blimp.
Yeah, I don't
but
think it's
she
a
wasn't
blimp.
that far for it to be that small for a blimp.
I'm gonna look at the bigger picture here too. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that, and then when you zoom in on it, look. What is that?
It's a spaceship, man.
I agree with you.
It came from another dimension.
And then go look at the portal thing. Look at the other photo.
I know.
Really look at that hole.
It's wild, man.
Look at that.
They bent space and time to visit that lake.
You know, I'm starting to figure out all these people we're meeting. You realize what's happened to us? We are in the 60,000 man army.
You think?
I don't
feel
know
like I'm in the Matrix.
Yeah, I think.
That movie was so far ahead of its time. I keep talking about it. I watched it again recently, man. It's mind blowing.
Bro, I have watched that movie 0.6%.
They were talking about AI in 1999 when that movie came out. I had no idea what AI was in 1999. Did you?
No.
I don't think I knew until...
Dude, I didn't even know what The Matrix was till... I never wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I thought it'd be stupid. And
no,
now
but if somebody walked up to you in 1999 and said AI, would you have known what they're talking about?
I would have said, no, it's I, mate. That's what
I, mate.
I.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. No, I wouldn't have known anything. But, I mean, I think this has been around since probably the 60s.
AI?
The early stages of it.
I have no idea.
I don't either. What the hell do I know, Matt? I didn't finish the 9th grade. How are you asking me all these technical questions? I'm dumb as hell.
Are we going to raid Rambo today?
I don't know. He didn't show up for us.
He didn't show up.
I don't know.
He's busy today. I bet he's prepping.
I don't know who he thinks he is. I'm going to have to fire him. If he's going to come at me with this kind of...
By the way, this is how I felt after today. God. Great Scott. That's exactly
one more
how I felt after today.
Prince did say AI in 1999.
Did he? Okay. Prince is from another planet, though, dude. You know that, right? He was not from Earth.
I'm on record back in the 80s saying that he is the Mozart of our generation.
Amen.
People used to laugh at me because he would wear a thong and all that weird stuff. And I'm like, I'm telling you, musically, he is a freak. And then turned out I was right.
Played every instrument. I mean,
I think he was a good dude,
unbelievable.
too.
I think he was, too.
I do.
I think there was some shadiness around that death.
Yeah. Hey,
I think one of his last concerts was here in Baltimore, where we are.
Get ready to rate, because I'm going to end with this joke.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You ever wonder this? Like, when Jehovah's Witnesses die and get to heaven and knock on the pearly gates, you think St. Peter looks at his wife and goes, shh, get down. Don't let him see.
Hopefully this raid works, buddy.
It won't. You'll no way you can do 3 in a row. You screwed it up. You ruined my punchline.
You know what? How come when I do the same thing every day, it doesn't work?
This is so ridiculous.
How come I do the same exact thing every day and sometimes it works?
I think you're doing
and other times it doesn't work, Mick.
Let's
Explain that to me.
Works.
There we go.
We love you all. Adios. Tell Rambo we said hi.
Come laugh with us tomorrow for our Friday show. It's our mental health day. It's React, our React 10 show tomorrow.
You got it. All
12 noon East.
Love you guys. See ya.
See you tomorrow. And for you people still here, we'll give you the beautiful outro as well.
Yeah. See you guys tomorrow. Love you.
Have a great day.